I don't know. I really liked this ending. As I said, I loved the last act. From the Barbara Bach death scene on, I think this movie's great. I think it's decent before that. But yeah, so I guess we're leading off with, Jim, what are your thoughts on Black Belly of the Tarantula? Well, I just kind of shared mine. I think this is a good movie, absolutely elevated by its last act, elevated by some of the performances, which is not something I would usually say about giallos, because you usually don't pick up on nuances in the acting, or you certainly don't always, because of the weird dubbing and everything. But to me, there's nuances to Giancarlo Giannini's performances, as well as Stefania Sandrelli's, his wife. A much less depthful character, but I think
she still adds to the story.
Her performance as his wife informs his character, I guess, and that's part of what makes this ending work so well, and that's because that relationship's been so well developed, and the two of them have chemistry and all this. Maybe it's because they're the only two Italian actors in the fucking movie. I don't know, like everyone else is speaking their own language, or But yeah, Jim, what about you? What are your thoughts?
I was very surprised by how much I liked this movie. I thought when I was like, when you said it's going to be a giallo, I was like, oh my god, here we go again. Which it's not.
Which giallos are awesome. Generally, the ones we've done,
they are awesome. But
Deep Red, hello.
Listen, great movie. I agree with you, but sometimes like the dubbing is just bad, and it just takes me out of it, and I'm like, oh man. But I was actually surprised by how much I enjoyed this. Well, and then this, I think. Something that was so charming about this, and you've already touched on it, but it's the relationship between Tellini and his wife. You have this one kind of side character who
an incredibly wholesome relationship for what's otherwise a sleazy movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not more sleazy than the average giallo, but the average giallo is a sleaze fest, the likes of which American film has never seen, except for Body Double and a handful of the Showgirls and a handful of others. Pretty much Basic Instinct.
Yeah, but with this movie, I was surprised that you did have this wholesome relationship where his wife was kind of keeping him sane.
Absolutely.
He kept on coming back to her for support.
Well, yeah, he can't go to anyone that he works with. They've seen him naked. Well, I guess she has too. But...
And they've laughed for hours about it.
Yeah, she presumably hasn't laughed at him since their honeymoon.
All the characters were just so interesting. Even all the side characters, like even that gay character, they even took the time to just like...
all 45 seconds.
Yeah, but I just loved him so much.
But do you agree with me that like, you could tell he was gay and it was kind of comedy, but it wasn't offensive?
No, exactly. It was just...
I just think of... one of the Pink Panther sequels, which was mid-70s, where one of the characters, the butler, is secretly like a drag queen, and there's a scene that when I was a kid, I could have sworn the scene was 45 minutes, and it's not, but it seems like it. When Peter Sellers goes down to the drag club, and it's just like really uncomfortable, and it was uncomfortable to me as a kid because gay panic, but like now it's like uncomfortable just because it's bad and it's stupid.
Yeah, whereas in this, he's not a stereotype, he's not a caricature, right? He's just like a sassy gay man.
Sure, and they exist.
Yeah.
They're out there.
But I loved the different, I guess, illegal elements to the story. You
like the tarantula cocaine smuggling?
Yeah, I thought that was... Dude, Patrick, I don't think I can...
As an out-of-left-field scene, that scene was a lot of fun.
Well, and I don't think I can describe to you how amazing I thought it was when he's holding up the case with the tarantula in it, and he's like, yeah, that's clearly cocaine. And, a border guard wouldn't put his finger in there. And I was like, holy shit. That's
actually brilliant.
I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, because I think he said something like he got the tarantula from like Colombia or like somewhere in South America.
He said, I got it from the Orient. I thought this movie had like a lot of, maybe not like a lot, but it had comedic moments kind of peppered throughout.
Some unintentional with the dummy.
Yes, but then
that dummy was amazing. I loved that dummy.
But I even liked that side character of that detective that Paolo hires. This like
we don't get a ton of him.
Out of shape, and clearly he's not that great at his job. I don't know, he was just good.
He found the blackmailer before Tellini did. He found the blackmailer before the police did.
Yeah. I liked even the murder mystery aspect, which I guess is most of the movie.
Well, that's what I was going to say is because as much as I like this movie, and I led off by saying I really like this movie, especially the last third or so. That's my biggest problem, is the mystery kind of sucks.
Well,
It's not a very good mystery.
The mystery
You don't
sucks.
know what's going on half the time.
No, and again,
the tying between the blackmail and the murder, it's like, was the blackmail all along a red herring, or was there really a relationship, or was it just, did he just kind of happen to know they were also blackmailing because he secretly isn't blind? I guess it could have been that.
Yeah, well, then also, too, I mean, as you and I have both kind of proved, this movie is a little confusing at some points because you're not entirely sure what's going on. You're not sure if you've seen a character on screen before.
Italian films rarely make sense. That's true.
Yeah. And then like the stuff about the murder, how did he get into the woman's apartment? How is he waiting in her apartment for her? I will say about all that, I like the method of killing. I like the brutality.
It's a unique
there.
method, and that, like, what we like in, like, slasher movies is like a variety in killing, and here he kills the same way every time, but
it's a good way.
It's a good way, but that's also, like, that's the serial killer thing. It's his MO, and it's a terrifying way. And I wish they communicated earlier. I wish they could have communicated it more visually that the women are alive.
I think they did right after the first murder, didn't they?
No, they do, but I'm saying visually. I wish we could have maybe seen Barbara Boucher blink or something, but maybe that would have just looked like a mistake. I don't know. I think Barbara Bach might blink.
Yeah, or even just like some eye twitching or something, and you realize, oh, maybe there's
some sweat dripping down or something.
Yeah.
We got a lot of shots of naked flesh. We could have had sweat going down one of them.